Hey Exiles, and welcome back to the channel. With the new updates around the corner and your favorite streamer getting their nerf and buff bingo cards ready, I wanted to bring you a quick review on minions. So with the overwhelming amount of minion characters being played at the moment, it is safe to say that minions are quite popular. With the simplistic idea of having a few workers enlisted in your force, you can command them to do the grueling hard work for you. This simplistic approach being very appealing to new players. However, that being said, minions currently suffer greatly when compared to other builds. Not only do you have to be more aware of your position, enemy positioning, and your minion positioning, the new skill system and how permanent minions work will leave you running around endlessly while you wait for the respawn timer. Combined with the high spirit cost, low DPS output compared to other builds, and the ever-ramping cost of gear, you will soon find yourself in a place where you can't progress further as the content is not rewarding enough. But you can't push your build to higher content as it's already struggling with the current lower-tier content. This leaves you in a very bad spot, unable to progress. This is where most players quit the game as it's too hard and time-consuming to level a new character. Combined with the low drop rate of currency in lower-tier maps but higher-tier maps dropping massive loot, this means that you will remain in this uneasy spot until you get a super rare and lucky drop to break your stalemate. Ultimately, minions are advisable for new players as it teaches them mechanics, but also provides a break from having to apply consistent DPS, as using spells or bows will require you to consistently hold down a button. This being said, minions are far more expensive and far less damage, thus demotivating players as they need to grind much harder than the rest for simple, progressive upgrades. Ultimately, the fault lies with a bad mentality towards minions and an underlying bias carried over from PoE 1 which was promised to be fixed. In the interviews leading up to Path of Exile 2's release, promises were made to ensure playability for new players and old players alike. Minions are a great magnet for the game, as we can see. From the start of release, majority of players did a minion build. However, it soon became obvious time is better spent on other builds. Unfortunately, the game currently suffers from two major issues. Quick development cycles, as GGG is currently on a well-deserved break. The second issue is that the data used for making adjustments are based on popularity and not gameplay accuracy. We can again confirm this as a statement from Jonathan Rogers, the game director for Path of Exile, in an interview with Minion Guide, pillar of the community, Gazzy TV. He said that minions are easy. With other hosts joining in and confirming Jonathan's statement, when Gazzy corrected this, it was not well received as the atmosphere almost turned palpable. Community to defend this opinion, minions are not recommended for new players. I think this should be the last class to master, as it's a very difficult one, if not the most difficult. The reasoning for this is there is no direct play from the player to turn the tide when it comes to mapping and bossing, instead a use of alternative mechanics and game knowledge to help you win. Plainly put, with other non-minion skills, you can simply lay down more fire in combination of your skills to adjust your combat into your favor, or make use of DPS opportunities when bosses are frozen or stuck in animation. With minions, you need to use knowledge of boss mechanics combined with positional awareness for yourself, your minions, the mobs, monster, alongside with other trap mechanics, while consistently weaving your flame wall to ensure maximum DPS as all your minions need to fire their abilities through this while using the minion key to maneuver them, while you position yourself out of harm's way. There are many great guides out on the internet that provide strong and reliable builds for your everyday mapper. Higher content mapping may need a bit more research. However, the basic builds should be able to carry you to the end game with minor adjustments to larger ones at higher tiers. They are cheaper, have better progression, and simpler mechanics. This will also allow you to stack rarity instead of stat padding with your gear. Currently, I have a simple witch build that can comfortably do mapping up till tier 8, yellow maps with very little investment that we have tested. I am sure it can do far more, but as I have limited time for gaming, I can rarely spend more than 4 hours every other day on gaming, as I do have a day job. So for now, we wait for the new patch to land, praying we get some relief from GGG. However, following the track record of Path of Exile 1, more than likely, we will receive indirect buffs and plenty of direct nerfs. Finally, if you still have a need for minion build, please refer to Gazzy TV for his skeletal arsonist build. They have a lot of build variants and seem sustainable. However, gearing will be difficult and very expensive. What are your thoughts? Do you think GGG will return with love for minions? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, please consider subscribing on YouTube and follow us on Twitch. Thanks so much.